stunning people. My name is Beane, and welcome to the Salt Lick Sessions. Our next artist is cultivating a garden of incredible music and infectiously good energy, all spearheaded by a powerhouse vocal that I'm so lucky to have gotten to hear today. I can't wait for you to hear her. This is Maggie Rose.
I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble whenever you're around. Whenever you're around. Oh, baby, when I see your face,
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Beane.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it is
What a
really.
cool spot.
It's a cool spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nifty little treehouse looking studio here.
Some history here, some energy. We're getting to channel it.
Definitely.
Soak it up.
Yeah, that's always. Does that make you like more or less nervous knowing who's been here?
I think it's a great gases the fire. I feel like you are stepping up to the plate, knowing who's gone there before you. I made my last record at Fame Studio, which had Aretha Franklin and Otis Redding and Allman Brothers and all these crazy people there. Same thing with the Opry or the Ryman or places like this. You want to honor the sanctity of the room and the people who've gone before you. So knowing that the ghosts of all these amazing musicians are watching me, I'm like, don't mess this up.
Right.
Yeah.
I just love that. That's great. That's good stuff.
Pumps you up.
It pumps you up. It does pump you up. It's like, it's really nice. I just love watching the reactions of people as they come through and realize where we are, what it means. It's really special then to also build on top of that and create this stuff.
Yeah, Waylon definitely knew what he was doing. So he's christened this place, and I'm just trying to grab a little bit of that juju.
Mm-hmm. You're doing it, and you're adding your own too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to know just a little bit about you and your story and your journey. And so let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Start from the very... Let's Sound of Music this right now.
Ah,
I
let's
grew
go.
up in Potomac, Maryland, right outside Washington, D.C. Always was a singer, had a very supportive family, not necessarily a musical family, but one that loved to hear me sing. And I got hooked up with a Bruce Springsteen tribute band by a family friend of mine who also was a huge supporter of mine, continues to be. And that's where I learned the power of music and escapism. And being a great singer is great, but writing a song and being able to perform that and help people transcend was when I really fell in love. When I was about 16, I got noticed by Tommy Mottola, who was a huge industry mogul, and he was a liaison for me to move to Nashville. So I dropped out of college, got signed, came to Music City, and it was a very baptism by fire kind of thing. Released a couple songs to country radio and had success, but kind of found out who I was within the last 7-8 years. So I moved here 15 years ago and have been singing more soul Americana music in recent years because I think you just have to grow up and find out who you are. And I love my band. I think that our live show has really guided me to what I love to do in the studio too, and with my music that I'm releasing.
So tell me when, like you said, that transformation happened like 7 or 8 years ago?
Yes.
What was the catalyst for that?
I think, well, not to sound dramatic, but I kind of had to lose everything. The label that I was signed to fell apart, and I had these hits at country radio, but you and I and everyone pretty much knows the inequities that go on at country radio. There's like 3 women for every 40 slots. Like the top 40 still has so many men compared to women. And I think it just became apparent to me that I was pouring so much energy into something that was an exercise in futility, and it wasn't even really like who I wanted to be, and it was not helping me reach my full potential as a singer and a musician and just like expressing myself through my music. So when that all went away and I didn't have the big label around me and all of that, I figured I still wanted to do this. And I've been able to have so much skin in the game in the last, 7 years is still a long time, but I was doing it on my terms really since that time. And my album Change the Whole Thing that I put out in 2018 was something that I started working on a couple years prior, and I think that just kind of led me to realizing what kind of singer I am when you just sing live and when you're surrounded by people that you love. And I found my audience, and people who had stuck with me from the very beginning, who liked my country material, have just stayed with me on this journey, and I've reached a lot of new people as well. And it's easy to carry on when you're being your authentic self. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's so much harder to try and remember who you're supposed to be than just be naturally who you are.
Who you are. So you find more identity in the Americana style of music versus country?
I think so, yeah. There's soul
now.
there, there's folk in there, there's funk, and I think I find more comfort more broadly in having fluidity in who I am and being able to explore, because I think we all are people. Every artist should feel like they have permission to change and evolve, and that's sustainable. I think that's what allows people to do it for their entire lives, instead of feel like they have to be loyal to a format. They should be loyal to themselves and whatever expression of themselves they're trying to get out at that moment.
It's difficult to interview you and hear what you're saying when I am, the artist in me is like soaking it up, you know, and the interview.
Hopefully it's resonating with you.
It is
though.
resonating. That's why I hear chimes dinging all up in my head.
That's good.
It's amazing.
That means that you're asking yourself the right questions. And
totally.
I don't know that I was brave enough. There was no villain in the story in the beginning. There was just a lot of pressure and a lot of naivete and just lack of experience that I'm so happy to have finally had now. And I those failures, those perceived failures that I felt like I was going through, you know, in my early 20s were actually really formidable and formative moments for me to be able to find where I ended up.
Was there a moment in your journey when you said to yourself, oh, I've made it. Like, I am fully supporting myself with music and I'm doing something that I love. What was that moment?
I try to do that every morning now.
Little gratitude practice?
Yeah, absolutely. And just, like, how cool is this knowing that I'm about to finish my 4th full-length album, and there's been EPs and different projects in between that, but the fact that I am someone in the climate we're living in today with the industry kind of in the ill health that it's in, and I'm still able to make an album that I want to make with the people I want to make, the way I want to make it, that feels like a luxury and a privilege, and I don't take it for granted. And when I do feel like I'm getting a little bratty or impatient or tired or taking it for granted, I have plenty of people around me and opportunities and experiences to remind me that this is my dream job and what I want to do.
Absolutely. And I'm happy to be there with the Snickers.
Great.
Time as well. Yeah, this easy.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Or ungrateful.
Maggie,
or ungrateful.
Eat a Snickers.
Yeah.
People, fans start throwing them at the shows.
Right.
You know, it works.
That is my favorite candy. That
Really?
and Reese's. So
Good to know.
just in case that is something that we want to make happen.
Yeah, if we're sending for, like, no flowers at the show.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Although it would hurt to get hit in the head with Snickers.
Could you imagine? Oh, God. I mean, maybe that's how you know you made
Yeah.
it, when you get bonked with a Snickers bar.
Right.
I'm here for it. You mentioned the ill health of the industry now, and I'm curious for you to expand on the issues that you see.
I mean, I think that the industry has struggled since people started devaluing music, however you want to take that, with you know, people just simply not paying for the experience or the owning albums. But I think that I want it to be more of a meritocracy. I want the powers that be to have more skin in the game and stop looking at, you know, this algorithm or this song went viral on TikTok, so let's throw this young person into the fire who's never been on stage before and not invest in them and then even treat them as if they're disposable. I think there's a lot of things about you know, how we're getting behind certain people. We're not even fully protecting those people who have kind of caught lightning in a bottle, and they could be immensely talented, but I think development is really important, and I'd like to just see more artists getting nurtured before, you know, they're tested, and then if it doesn't work and it doesn't stick to the wall, we move on. I don't like how disposable we treat our musicians.
That's great insight. And
that's just one of many problems.
Oh,
but I
right.
also,
that could be the one for...
I'm going to put up with it. I'm going to stick around.
Yeah, well, I mean, having your voice in the mix of it all hopefully helps to alleviate some of the issues.
Well, absolutely. And also just the fact that because I feel like I'm making the music that I want to, and I'm connecting with people on this level that I've never really connected with them on until recent years, that makes me keep coming back to. Like, there are people out there who make all of this so worthwhile, who are so dedicated to the artists that they love and I'm going to keep showing up for them because they definitely show up for us. So there's so much beauty about this industry too, and the fans and people who are keeping it going.
There is, and that accountability I feel like is definitely a thing, and it's easy these days to hold people accountable, in a very public way. So it's like, don't do shit that is going to get you in trouble.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, we're all very visible. Everyone, even if you're not a musician or a public figure, I think that accountability is something that's way more readily available.
Mm-hmm. Right, totally. So tell me, if you could go back and talk to the 16-year-old that's just about to get signed, just about to move to Nashville, what would you say to her?
I have so much compassion for the teenager that moved to Nashville. I think she was always a very good student. She was a people pleaser. I continue to be, maybe not to my detriment as much, but I would say ask those really important questions of, what do you want to do, because you're the one who's going to have to carry that torch, and these songs will hopefully be songs that you're going to be singing for a very long time. So, what's the content of the messaging, and maybe just ruminate a little bit more on those things, and also have the guts to maybe not make everyone happy, because I certainly wasn't making myself happy.
That's big.
Yeah,
I love that.
I know. I want to give her a hug.
Yeah. You
But I'm also proud of her.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's right there.
There were a lot of really great people that supported her.
Yeah,
too.
totally. Oh, I love that.
She was a psycho. I'm just kidding.
Well, teenagers,
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Oh God, I can't talk like that. I'm too young to talk like that. Too young to talk like that. I can't. Oh my God. Okay.
Kids these days.
Yeah,
the kids are all right.
All these days. Oh God, that's what I feel like. Anyways,
they are gonna be okay.
I know. Yeah, they are. So tell me, what do we have to look forward to from you? I know we have the 4th album coming out.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm so excited about it. I think just given the past couple years, what we've all collectively gone through, the inspiration for a lot of these songs came from moments of introspection that I maybe haven't had, which is a great segue from your last question. I mean, I think having that opportunity to really look inward, like I have in the last couple of years with the pandemic and with the fragility of the industry and touring, led to some really confessional songs that are gonna make me a lot closer to the audience, but there's also such a vulnerability to a lot of these songs, and I've gotten the opportunity to make it with a producer I love, Ben Tanner, who produced my last project, and just so many different people that are involved in the collaboration. It's very exciting to be able to see it come to fruition with people that I care about, and it's a way that I've found catharsis, kind of working through some things in the aftermath of a pandemic and the world and how people are talking to each other, and just kind of the strain that it's put on some relationships, and it's kind of nice to be able to have music to use to work through it.
100%, and you use it so well.
Thank you, Beane.
Of course.
I'm just very sweet.
I'm just so excited to have met you and spent some time in your space. You really are so just lovely.
You are too.
If you want to hang out after, I'm like,
yes,
I'm free. So
let's do it.
We can go to the ball.
Yeah, we're gonna find a ball.
We're gonna find a ball.
You guys,
yes.
Let's go to a ball.
Tell us what.
Maybe that's the
ball.
album release party for this forthcoming record. Perhaps I need to.
We're putting on our own ball.
Do a ball, and come see us on the road. You've gotten to meet the band. They are just so incredible, and it's such a tight group of musicians, and we love each other, and I think that just emanates from the stage. So very much looking forward to not only putting this music out, but being able to do that with my friends and people who I trust so deeply with this music.
Thank you so much, Maggie.
Thank you, Beane. So fun.
I live in a mad, mad world. Nothing is says what they mean to your face. It's all just fake flowers and sympathy. What you give, what you take, comes around.
Hey stunning people, it's Beane. Make sure to check out the Salt Lick Sessions YouTube channel and subscribe.